What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. So, I just got home from work. Odie is very excited to see me. And today, I want to talk to you guys about some of my favorite and some of my least favorite things about prep. So, prep is... I love you so much, I promise. Prep is definitely one of the more challenging things that I've ever taken on. Especially with, coming from someone who's lost 50 pounds in the past, like, it is flipping hard, man. It requires a lot of discipline, and that was one of the things that I was most concerned about, is that I wasn't, One of the things that I was most concerned about is that I wasn't going to be able to control myself as much as now he's chasing the cats. Control myself as much as I need to in order to get to where I need to be. And mind you, it is still 16 weeks out, so I do have a long way to go. But that being said, I have been officially prepping for about 3 weeks. And prepping with my coach for about 2.5 weeks. So what I did while I was taking my walk today with Odie is I was listening to a podcast. I was listening to Confessions of a Bikini Pro. If you've never heard of this podcast before, you guys, you have got to listen to it. It is going to change your life. It is one of my favorite podcasts, whether you are in prep or not. It's just some of the stories there are they're really inspirational. And to hear these awesome women talk about all of the challenges that they've faced in their time in prep and competing and just in fitness in general is just so cool. Like, some of these women have undergone massive weight loss. They've dealt with having to put on a lot of muscle, that kind of thing. So I will link it below. I cannot talk this podcast up enough. It's awesome. So that is Confessions of a Bikini Pro. So that being said, one of the host asked one of the women on the show what was some of her favorite things about prep, and it actually got me thinking about, at this point in my prepping career, mind you, it's only been 3 weeks, what some of my favorite things are. So what I'm going to do is, Odie and I are going to go outside because he has to go potty. Right? You have to go potty? He's got all excited now. So we're going to go potty, and then when we get back inside from going potty, I'm going to kind of go through with you what some of my favorite things about prep are and what some of my least favorite things about prep are. And let me tell you the things that I like. That list is a lot shorter than the things that I don't like. So we will be back in just a little bit because somebody has to go potty. Right? Alright guys, so all the fur babies have been fed, dinner has been eaten, and I am ready to start talking to you about my favorite things and my least favorite things about prep. So I actually wrote them down in my phone because otherwise there was no way I was going to remember it, and the camera was going to turn on and I was going to be like a deer in the headlights. So what I think I'm going to do is I wrote down 4 major things that I like about prep and 3 that I dislike, and we're going to start with the good and then go to the bad, and we're just going to kind of flip-flop back and forth. So first and foremost, the number one thing I could think of when I thought about things I like for prep is meal prepping. I love to cook. If y'all follow me on Instagram, you've seen a lot of my recipes, my meal planning, my meal prepping, all that kind of stuff. Like, I've been trying some exercises, some recipes that are kind of outside of what I would typically do. So it's nice for me to kind of dip my toes into something new and try different foods. Like, I've got eggplant on my next meal prep. I've never had eggplant before, but I'm really excited to try it. So meal prepping is fantastic. Right now my refrigerator has like 20 different meals in it, and I'm so excited about that. Like, it looks so pretty. So to counter that, one of my least favorite things, also in regards to the food, is having to say no to meals out. So I'm tracking macros, you guys. He just burped. That's cute. So I'm tracking macros, you guys, and while I'm very much enjoying it, I'm not so good at it that I can just take a spontaneous meal out with my friends and figure out how to work it into my day. So, for example, I was traveling last weekend for work, and I actually said no. I had packed all of my own food, and I actually said no to going out to dinner with my coworkers just because I didn't feel like I had the knowledge base or the self-control to either A, get food while I'm out, or B, sit there while everybody else is eating and not eat, especially since they were going to a Mexican place and your girl likes some chips and salsa. So I actually said no to going out with them just because I didn't feel comfortable in that situation. So it's something that I personally need to work on, is becoming comfortable in those situations, or being able to sit out at a restaurant with my friends and just get a glass of water and be okay with it. So that is something that I'm still working on. That being said, just because I don't like it now doesn't mean that I won't feel more comfortable with it in the future. So he's whining. Odie I got him this bunny back around Easter time, and it was so cute, and it was stuffed, and now it's just like, it has become his security blanket. You can't even tell that it was a rabbit at one point, but it's just like this gross, like that was his face. It's this gross little thing, and he loves it. He cannot get enough of that thing. So that's what he's whining for right now, is that I'm not playing with him with his bunny. So another thing that I do really, really enjoy about this prep is I really like seeing my body change. So I have, like I said, I've been prepping for about 3 weeks. I've been working with my coach and off of the macros my coach has provided me for about 2.5 weeks. And in that span of time, I have seen so many changes already. Like, I've got this pair of shorts that, actually, this is going to be a super lame edit, but I am going to drop a picture in here. But I have this pair of shorts that fit me last summer. And then as I was gaining weight over the winter, I'm notorious for gaining the winter weight. They didn't fit me when I tried them on about 5 weeks ago. And I was really, really frustrated because, like, they were my favorite shorts and they no longer fit me. When I tried them on Sunday, the shorts fit. So, like, that's, here it is, I'm gonna drop the picture. So for me to be able to put these shorts back on and know that they comfortably fit me is awesome. Like, I'm seeing more definition in my abs than I've ever seen. I've seen inches drop in my waist and in my thighs and in my arms, which are like the three big, those are the three things that I'm the most self-conscious about, is like my arms and my thighs and my waist. And seeing the numbers like shrink on that has been so rewarding, because to me it just goes to prove that what I'm doing is actually working. So next, one thing that I really don't like about prep, and it kind of negates the purpose because I'm not wearing them right now. Actually, hold on, I'll get them. Is having to wear heels all the freaking time. So I am short. I like to stay close to the ground. Do you see these things? These are like, I'm not good at measurements. That's like 4.5 inch heels. Like, I'm clumsy as it is, and then you put me on these babies. When I did my first posing session with my coach, she literally said, like, you don't wear heels very often, do you? And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. So I am not very comfortable in heels. So what I'm doing to kind of counter that is I will get home from work, and I literally get home from work and I put them on right away. I did not today because I knew I had to record this. But I put them on right away so that I will walk around the house in them. This afternoon I was walking up and down the stairs in my apartment complex getting laundry with them, just so that I can feel more comfortable moving in them. Because, like I said, don't have a lot of experience. I wear tennis shoes. I'm a personal trainer. We don't wear heels. So it's getting better. But yeah, Another thing that I do really like though, enough venting about the heels, I am very much liking being told what to do. That sounds really silly, but for the duration of my weight loss, and since then my maintenance, and I say maintenance in air quotes because I'm not very good at maintenance, I have been just kind of like doing it on my own and trying to figure out like, maybe I'll eat this many calories or this many grams of protein, or these are my macros or that is my macros, and I don't really have a good understanding for myself what I need in order to actually hit my goals. So to have someone who is an expert at this be able to tell me, Brianna, you just need to eat this many carbs, this many fat, and this much protein, has been like life-changing. And I mentioned earlier that I'm really enjoying seeing my body change, and I think the macros that my coach has set for me have been like monumental in that. It's been very, very cool to me that it's not something that I have to think about, because when I was doing my own, I was changing my calories like every other week. I was changing my macros. I would go down to like 1,500 calories, and then I would go up to 2,300 calories, and I just like, I had no idea where I was supposed to be. And so to have someone consistently tell me like, this is what you need, has been instrumental in my success thus far. Plus, it is also very helpful having her write the workouts for me. I am a personal trainer. I spend a lot of time writing workouts. The last thing I want to do is write more workouts for myself. So it's very nice just to have someone just be like, this is what you need to do, now go do it. So I'm very much enjoying that. Cardio. Speaking of her telling me what to do, I am not a cardio person at all. So to have her tell me like, you need to do HIIT cardio for 20 minutes on this piece of equipment, or that piece of equipment, has been like, it kills me, man. Like, I can do this steady state cardio. I've got no problem taking my dog for like a 3-mile walk. We did that earlier today. We walked 3.5 miles, and I do not mind that one bit. And that took us about an hour and 10 minutes because we walk slow. But God forbid I get on the flippin' Stairmaster or the incline treadmill for 20 minutes. It seems like the worst thing in the world. So I'm not a fan of cardio. I know there's a lot of it in my future, but I'm really, really hoping that over time I'll become more accustomed to it and it won't dread doing it quite as much. So then, I saved the best for last. My absolute favorite part about prep is the community. I have been prepping for 3 weeks, you guys. 3 weeks. And in these 3 weeks, I have gotten like I said, I'm really obsessed with the Confessions of a Bikini Pro podcast. It seems like anytime someone pops up on that show, I end up following them because I start hearing their story, and I'm like, oh my God, you're amazing. I love you. I need to follow you. So there have been several people from that podcast specifically, but there have been some other podcasts as well that I've reached out to and just said like, hey, your story really spoke to me. And the people in this community, like I explained to them, I'm prepping for my first show, and you're very inspiring, and I appreciate what you bring to the sport. And these people are just probably some of the nicest and sweetest responses I have ever gotten from anybody I have ever sent a message to on social media. It's such a supportive and engaging community. I have never, like I've been part of weightlifting communities, I've been part of fitness communities, but the way that the people in this bodybuilding, bikinis especially, universe, or whatever you want to call it, treat each other it's overwhelmingly positive. And for someone who has gone through like the eating disorders that I have in the past, the weight loss that I have in the past, I've mentioned a couple times on my Instagram about the abuse I've gone through in the past, like all of that stuff, to have a complete stranger tell you that they're rooting for you even though they've never heard of you before, and that they want to, like, they support you, and if you have any questions to like ask them, it's huge. It's such a positive community, and I did not know this about this community. I didn't know that they were that just inviting it feels like, even though I've only been prepping for about 3 weeks, it feels like this community is, it's just, they've always been there, if that makes sense. It's awesome. If you have never experienced it before, I sincerely apologize, because I don't think without the support from the people that I have reached out to in the past few weeks that I would even still be doing this. So between my training coach, my training and macro coach, or prep coach, I suppose is the right word, between my prep coach and my posing coach, and these women that I found that I now look up to because they are so inspiring, it's awesome. It's so awesome. I know I'm stuttering over my words right now a lot. So yeah, that was my last and favorite thing about prep is the community. So I feel like I just said a lot but didn't really say a whole lot of anything. I said a lot of words but it didn't really mean anything. So if that made no sense to you, I sincerely apologize. So that being said, that's all I've got for tonight. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for tuning in. I have an Odie who really very much wants to be tired out. So, Odie, he's hiding from me. So, we're going to go play fetch for a little bit, and I will catch you guys very